Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Picnic Table Chat Show. Please let me know if you can hear me or if you can't hear me. You've got sound, that's brilliant. I'll tell you about it in just 2 seconds. So, this is season 9, episode 5, and welcome back to all of our, what do I call it, returning visitors, guests, viewers, returning viewers. Yeah, cool, we'll go with that. And welcome to all of our new viewers as well. I'm going to keep it fairly brief tonight because I am having loads of technical issues and it's stressing me out a little bit. And there isn't actually that much to talk about, to be honest. I've been super busy working on a few projects, which I'll get into. But yeah, so first things first, what has been going on with my technology, eh? I literally, I don't know what microphone I'm speaking into. I gathered them all. I've gathered all my cameras and everything that's attached to the computer because I don't know which one I've had to select. It's not my normal microphone. I'm pretty sure about that. It wasn't like recognizing it, and then I unplugged it, plugged it back in, and then it wouldn't even recognize my mouse. It like just kicked off the computer big time. So don't know what that's about. We'll work on that after the stream. It probably just needs unplugging, replugging, and turning off and on again. I'm 90s. That's pretty much how I go with things. Like if it's broken, turn it off and on again. Maybe give it a kick. Don't kick it generally because that will break it more. But it used to work for old school stuff. So, anyways, what's been going on here? What's been going on? Whilst you sound really it is a little bit like that. There's like lots of microphones and cameras pointed in my direction, Marcus. It's a little bit like you kind of get used to it. I mean, we've been doing these chat shows like for 2 years or something. I've been YouTubing for 3, but I've been doing these chat shows for like 2 years, doing like radio interviews and other stuff. You kind of get used to it, I suppose. Like that radio interview I did in Bristol before the big show was like, I was a little bit nervous to start with, but once I got into it, I was all right. Good evening, Antisocial. Thanks for coming in, buddy. Yeah, once I got into it, I was all right. It was just a bit kind of like, wow, this is different. What really blew me away was like how much more advanced their setup is compared to mine as a streamer. Like, I'd love to have that sort of technology at my disposals. You know what I mean? Like mixing desk and I don't know, clicking on this and it does stuff and little buttons you press for sound. That'd be awesome. But I think we're a little bit far off that yet. Full-time radio studio, like what do you call it? Sound studio. I should know this. Like I was in. Doesn't matter. Whatever. So what have we got going on at the minute? Basically, we are in full preparation for this Sunday. We are going to the big IHS show up in Rotherham. At the Magna Centre on the Sunday. I can't remember what time it opens. I think it's 11, half 10, 11, sometime about that, maybe 10 o'clock. But I suggest getting there early because the queues are going to be massive. If you are coming along, get there as early as you can. We will be there and it will be pretty awesome to see loads of viewers and customers and whatnot to pop along if you are local to the area. Tickets aren't that expensive and the amount of traders and stuff there, it's well worth a look, especially if you're into more reptiles and that sort of stuff, because it is more geared towards that. There isn't many invert stores which attend, so we are sort of honored to be there as well. It's quite a big thing for us. It's one of the biggest reptile shows in the country, if not the biggest in the country, and it's going to be can't get Sunday, got a team fishing match on. Yeah, I mean, Cookie, if you gotta go fishing, man, it's completely understandable. No. Oh dear. Yeah, it's gonna be good. We're gonna have loads of ants with us and mystery boxes, loads of our dry goods and other products that we sell. You might even, if you come along to the store and have a really good look, you might even see some new products that you don't recognize yet. And yeah, we might just have a few sneak peeks on our table with us. So if you are in the area, do pop along and have a look, see what you can get. I'm not going to say what we're taking. But there might be a few little bits and bobs, you know what I mean. So yeah, it's worth coming over, have a look. Our mystery boxes are obviously amazing. I can say that just like I enjoy sending them out anyways, and they always do really well at the shows. So we're going to have a selection of mystery boxes with us, and obviously everything is slightly cheaper at the shows than on the website, so you can come along and grab a bargain as well. Don't know what else there is really to say about that one. Do I have a date for the product release? I've basically said the end of the month. It will probably be the last day of the month will be the big release. But you know what I'm like. If you look carefully at the website, like, you might notice things start creeping their way on, if you know what I mean. But like, the big product release will be the end of the month. Um, just because that gives me sort of a date in my head. It gives all my team the date in their head, and like, we're all ready for it, if you know what I mean. It's very exciting for us, you know, very exciting to be doing this release. We've got several awesome stores joining us, supplying us products to sell on our store for them, you know what I mean, like I already do with a few other stores. So that's really positive as well. We're going to have a really nice wide selection of different products, and yeah, it's going to be spectacular. I can't wait. But yes, so you might notice a few things start creeping their way on, but not many. Maybe. I'm not saying anything. I'm literally going to shut up right now. That's the end of it, because I'm going to let too much out. And Dean's not here right now, but he'll watch this back and he'll kick me when he sees me or something. I don't know. You know, he tells me off for like letting out all my secrets. But yeah, so pop along to the IHS. Come meet me and the team. Come grab a bargain, and it's going to be awesome. What else have we got going on? So the massive Polyrackus dive tank, this one right in front of you. You know, they've got the satellite nest up in the Colosseum tank, we could call it, and then we've got the main nest below, and then the other tank. The amount of, I chucked a load of water in the second large tank at the bottom, and the amount of isopods that just appeared out of nowhere. I mean, I know we've got isopods in there. There's about 18 species of isopod between the two lower tanks. And they don't actually traverse this branch at all. So I know what species roughly are in each tank. Like, there's no orange isopods in the left, but if you go in the right, that's pretty much like what you'll see straight away is the oranges. But if you go into the but the left one, there's all the dairy cows, but you won't see them in the other, you know what I mean? So it's quite cool like that. But there was so many dairy cows, literally. Like, I know they breed really fast, but I assume that the dives, just kind of because they are so numerous now, they do control populations, we could say. So I wasn't expecting quite so many isopods to appear when they did. It was like an actual explosion. Like, I poured the water in and they just appeared and like poured out of these moss strands. Annoyingly, the dives have, well, I say the dives, it might have been the beetles, it might have been the isopods, it might have been anything that lives in there, because there's like 30 something different species in these tanks. They've destroyed the plants, all the plants, and all the moss, pretty much everything. And there's about four or five test tubes in there, and then I need to get out as well. But that's an absolute nightmare. Oh, so when I was pouring the water into the tank, molio worms, obviously there's loads of molio worms as well in the soil from the beetles. So the molio worms just came to the surface, and the ants were going absolutely nuts on them, of course. But a couple of them like worked their way into the test tube, and like, it was kind of like, oh dear, you idiots. They managed to get out, but it's like, you don't want to go in there. Like, you've got nowhere to go. I don't know. I found it slightly amusing anyways. It really is. And when there's this many, and like, the thing is, right, so they don't just drink the sugars and then leave the tube. They decide, oh, we like this tube and we're going to go in it. And they just fill the empty tubes with ants. Like, they're not nesting. They just stood there having a chat. We put a whole bottle, one of our big bottles of sugars in, and we put a cotton blocker in the front of the bottle. We took the cap off and put the cotton blocker in there and turned it upside down and just put it in. And it was It took them like 2 or 3 days, but my like they did exactly what I thought they'd do, and they pushed the cotton in, and it kind of. I don't think it exploded out too much because by that point I think they had drank most of it actually. And then once the cotton had fallen in, they just went inside and started drinking it straight from that. Because of their size, they are able to drink the fluids directly instead of having to use cotton balls or anything like that, which is quite handy. Um, but yeah, they literally were just like inside the bottle, and to be honest, I still gotta get that bottle out as well. Um, but it's probably still full of ants now. It's like, how do you do that? You gotta pick it up, getting covered in ants, and as you're shaking your hands off, they're running out of the bottle and covering you in ants. The only way to do it really is what I found is to pick up and shake at the same time, and it's just sort of keep going and hope for the best. They are going to get on you. They will bite. I'm sort of used to it now. I get bitten by these dives like probably daily. No, not daily. Probably close to daily. But I'm doing stuff with them a lot. I'm always in and out of the tank and having to do maintenance on the plants or something like that. In fact, nope, we're okay. I just thought that reminded me of I cut back the plants. We're okay for now. But I have got to do that on the Asian bullet ants. Tom pick up with tweezers and tap. Yeah, that I have tried that, but quite often, like the tubes would then slip out of the tweezers, and it's just annoying. Um, are you doing a mystery box with all the new stuff coming? Oh, I could do like we'd have to think of a really cool name for it. Anyone got any suggestions? Like oh no, new product mystery box. That's a rubbish name, isn't it? I don't know. It needs to. I don't know. I can't think right now. Honestly, it's a great idea, but I would need to think about it. I hadn't really thought about something like that directly. It's just, yeah. Um, the anticipation mystery box. I like that. I like that a lot. Like, oh dear. Yeah, maybe. So, but then, like, I don't know. It just kind of we need a good name. Anticipation mystery box is a bit long, I think. I can barely say it. I don't know. But it's all good. It's all good. This colony's doing really well. Obviously, they got their satellite nest and they're smashing in the food constantly. Um, you just have a baby. What a name! Oh dear. Oh, the species mystery books. See, I had considered that to be honest, but like I don't know. Unless because like for spiders and things, like you can do say a £30 mystery box for spiders. You can probably put like 10 or more spiders in it, or little ones. But for ants, because of the price difference, like you'd have to charge like a fair bit of money to get a fair few different species in there, if you know what I mean. So it is quite difficult with the mystery boxes. I will be honest. Like it's easy to put like you know what I mean? It's easy to put the ants in, but like if you put in like one or two really expensive colonies and then like they get the other side and they're expecting like 10, you know what I mean? It's that same sort of it's a difficult one. It is a difficult one. A species subscription. See, I did think about that again, but I didn't. It takes away from the education of the subscriptions, which was the whole point of the subscription boxes. They're more of a learning course rather than like getting a product. Although you do get the products, it's the learning that goes with it that really I think is the value, and other people have agreed with that as well. It's the educational side of it as well. It's really important to me. Like if I had to choose one or the other, I would stick doing the educational stuff than the shop. So I was just reading a message, making sure that I'm keeping up to date with everything. So what else have we got going on? So only offer the subscription species books after they cook. Yeah, possibly, but then also you can become overrun with too many species. You know what I mean? Like How many ants does one person need? I mean, I'm no good example of that because I've literally got hundreds of colonies in this room with me. But it's slightly different for me. I had quite a few before I was even a shop, I won't lie. What did I think I got to like 25, maybe 30. Oh, I'm literally holding the microphone because I'm moving it, I'm talking into the wrong microphone and like holding that microphone. Oh dear. See, Ants Dorset, that's sensible. You've nearly got too much. You've got to remember, you buy them small in a test tube. This tank, these Polyrhacus dives now take up over 10 feet of space, square feet of space. That's bigger than me. It's nearly two of me. You know what I mean? Like, there will be a food subscription and there is food bundles going on the website. So live food bundles, you can buy like this and that at a discounted price. Yeah, all sorts of things. So I'm just making sure I'm not missing anything. But yeah, there will be those going on. I probably shouldn't have said that bit, but I'll say it anyways. So yeah, well, I'm in preparation now for um, the Sheffield event. It is looking awesome. I know it's miles away for the general public, but for me, it's just around the corner. February, we are going up to Sheffield Rotherham area for another Great Ant exhibition. So if you're in the area for the IHS, you may as well pop back for our show back in February, or in February, not back in February. It's not back in time, is it? So, and it's going to be spectacular. We've got loads of awesome traders already booked in. They literally were almost biting my hand off, some of them. It was amazing because this time last year I was sending hundreds of emails trying to get them to come to my show. Now people are sort of emailing me wanting to come to the show. So we've done sort of well on that. You know, I'm really I'm proud of myself and the shows, but I am very I don't even know the word. I think the word is heartwarmed or something like that, but I don't know. It's very cool. You know what I mean? Like people actually want to come to my show now rather than me having to ask them. Yeah, it makes a big difference. But obviously there is a lot of work to do. We are planning a slightly bigger show than our last Sheffield show for this year's Sheffield. We're going to have a few more awesome things added into the bill as such. As it's Did you say Sheffield's about? I meant time wise. Yeah, it's more like 6 hours away from us, and Dorset. Well, maybe not for you, maybe more like 5 for you, but it is quite a long way. It takes like 8 hours when we do it on the bus, like full team, and then took like 12 hours to drive back or something crazy. I don't know. It was a long time last year, but we got it done. We got it done. Yeah. Oh yeah. It's a great event. We are adding an outside area to the Bristol and the Weymouth events because they will be in May and August, so it'll be slightly warmer. And we've got some awesome stuff planned for the outside. But we're going to stay inside for the February event in Sheffield because it's going to be cold. I mean, last time it was only a week or two before that. There was still snow on the ground. So that would be great fun again. Oh, it would be great to have you there, Marcus. Like, get to all of them. You know what I mean? Every show is different. Like, so we do 3 shows. The first one is a big ant show where we do lots of ant stuff. We have the ant educational talks pretty much all day. It's great fun. Like, yeah, it's gonna be great. Then we have the Weymouth show in May, which isn't necessarily show. It's more of a sort of everything that I enjoy about the local area. So we've got nature, we've got obviously my ants, I turn up, we've got the history sort of stuff, and we've got great history in this area. So it's sort of the showcase of everything local, but we do pull in people from all over the place as well, especially invert traders. And then we've got the big Bristol show, which is like the big the big, I don't know, big. So I'd love to call it a festival, but it's not quite there yet. But you know what I mean? It's a celebration of the hobbies and things that we love. So we're going to have outside areas and things going on outside that I'm not going to divulge just yet. We're going to have obviously tons of traders, which we always do. We're going to have animal experiences and speakers, exhibit areas, loads of cool stuff at the Bristol event, and it's going to be like really. We did really well with the Bristol event this year. Not just like people through the door, but great feedback. Everyone just had a great time. Lots of people like have messaged me saying that they just enjoyed being there and the sort of atmosphere of it. It was like a great family day out, which to me, that's what I was that's what I was planning the whole time. I just wanted a great day out for everyone. And like, yeah, so like everyone left smiling. That to me is a success. So we're going slightly bigger. We're adding more things again, and yeah, we're gonna really go for it with the like entertainment factor as well as the education factors, because we think it's gonna be like, I don't know, we could keep going and really make really an amazing day. I don't know. There's a lot of possibilities which I can't go into right now. I'm in talks with a few people in the councils and stuff as to what's actually possible. You know, everything's always restricted by red tape. That is always the hardest part. Not always red tape, but yellow tape that you've got to sign a lot of forms to get through. You know what I mean? There's quite a lot that goes on in the backgrounds of these shows, and a lot of organisation that goes into it. I mean, I even have to rent tables. Did you know I have to rent tables? Like, so when you do an event like this, like you'd think venues would have tables, but when you start saying you need like 60 tables, 100 tables or something, they're like, oh, well, we can't do that. So you have to even like organize like collections, and there's a lot to go into it. But I do. I won't go into every detail of the show planning because that's just not necessary. But it is great fun, and we are like obviously they say there's a lot to do, so we are cracking on with it already. I say we. I have a great team around me, and they do help me in lots and lots of ways. The yellow tape. Yeah, so where was I? Yeah, they do help me in many ways, and we are cracking on at full steam ahead. Is that what we say? Yeah, we'll say full steam ahead. All right, duck race. I'll get out the duck race. Clearly bored of me talking. I'm sorry. There best be stickers. Hang on. Well, oh yeah, there's gonna be stickers. We shall make sure next year that there's stickers. Right. We shall do up to 10 ducks. Everyone's chucking in their numbers already. Brilliant. If you don't know how to do it, it's all for fun. All you got to do is say a number. Oh, we're not going 2 hours. Say a number. Grab a duck. If your number's already been chosen, just choose a different number. It's all fun. No prizes. First duck across the line will be the winner. That's generally how a race works. Right now, they are backstage warming up, doing their stretches. One of them has got an injured wing, but we won't divulge as to which because it will give him an unfair disadvantage against his competitors. Right, so we do have Spider Duck, Spider-Man Duck, Spider Duck. Would you call him a Spider-Man Duck or a Spider Duck? I would be inclined to say Spider-Man Duck, but I think I've had this conversation with myself before. You got a policeman duck at the end, punk rocker duck, strawberry duck. He normally does quite well, but I mean, it is all random. But they have been training really hard. Let's go. I got to turn off the sound of the ducks because they quack. What? The quack drives me crazy. Hang on. There we go. Is it? Why did it go back up? Right. Are you what? Stop. Stop it. Oh, we got there in the end. We got there. Here they go down the river. So I'd love to tell you some more things about the show, but I really can't. Come on, brain cell and all like that. What can I hear? One of the bugs is doing something. I'm not really sure. I can hear it. So you sit here in quiet sometimes in the office and you just hear so many insects, like things crawling, things tapping on the glass. If you look around, there's just so many around you. Was it someone came around the other day, sat down for like 5 minutes, and like, whoa, I cannot believe you've got all of this, like in one room. I was like, yeah, there's more upstairs as well. It's it's a little bit out of hand, but it's not out of hand at all. It's in full preparation for something big, which is going to be awesome. Um, it is what it is, like 2 rooms and a stock room. But yeah, we do have we do have a fair few animals here, I suppose. We need more. We need more. You can never have enough if you love them enough. You know what I mean? Or no, not. I shouldn't say that really. You can have enough. I'm different because I've got an insane amount of space and I am a shop, so I can kind of give myself a bigger allowance. I will be getting things like that. And there we go. Sorry, end of the race. Number one. If you were number one, well done. If number one wasn't picked by the looks of it, well done, that spider duck. Um, yeah, we will be doing a update of ants and species. And so when I say lots of different product release, there's lots of animals and different species being released at the same time. I just sort of said products because it's just easier. But yeah, there's a lot of them. I've been slowly putting them on the website and keeping it all hidden for now, so you won't see too much, but I say it might start sneaking on because I keep missing the hide from a website button. So if you look at exactly the right moment, you might catch a view of one before I realise. But what a nightmare. And then like I've got to go back through and write all the descriptions on them. That takes so long, and there's so many products. Like, so this again is why I've said the end of the month, because it is really a really big job, and I've had to almost like redesign the website, not completely, but you will notice like on the shop section there's new menus appearing. We've just started changing a few bits and getting it ready for all these new products, because obviously they'll be easier to find if there's menus at the top saying go to this or go to this or go to this, because we're recategorizing everything because we've got so many new products. It would just be confusing to put them into the same categories as everything else. And oh well, like I say, it's a big job. There's a lot to do on top of the shows and on top of the other show and on top of the product release and everything else. And well, it's yeah, I know Ants Dorset. I've got about 4 or 5 big issues on there at the minute, and honestly, I am almost stumped. I got to the point the other day I wanted to bang my head against the wall and call it a day on the website. So I said, right, I'm taking a break. Um, but I basically, when I get all the way through the product like updates and fixing the web, like putting the new bits on the website and whatnot, I'm just going to hire a professional and say, tidy it up for me, please. Like, get it all there and done so that they don't have to spend like a week on it, because they are very expensive. And I'll just say, look, here you go, take it for the day, clean it up, make it work and sorted again. But like once I've got everything on it that I'm trying to do, if you know what I mean. I think that's what I've got in my head to do anyway. So I think that's the best sort of option, because even if I got a pro in now and told them what I wanted, me being me, I feel like I need to be involved. So yeah, do it like that, I reckon. We'll get it sorted. But yeah, you're more than welcome to keep messaging me. If you do see any errors, do message me. The we're on Trustpilot little badge thing. It only shows like half of that, which is quite annoying. But I've had to like code that in myself. I'm not that good at coding, apparently. Never done it before. So again, bits like that, it'll be worth me getting sorted in one big foul swoop, if you know what I mean. Yeah, the care guides are still going to be there. We're going to be adding to the care guides and make them a little bit easier. I think a lot of the care guides, they're all on separate pages as well. So what I'm doing is I'm sort of condensing them onto like all the camper notice. Well, not all of them because there's bloody so many. But say all the laciest that we sell are now on one page. But again, there's menus at the top, or no, there's if still the option to click on the species on that menu, and it will take you to the species part of that page. And it's still fairly easy, but it just makes it a little bit more easier to find, I think. And if you go from one, you might see another that you like. Oh, I may as well read that as well. You know, it's sort of adding to that read me factor and taking in all that extra knowledges. I don't know. I don't know. But please do message in if you've got anything else that you want to say, ask, or talk about, because otherwise I am probably going to call it a day or call it a night fairly soon. Mainly because I have still got a million things to do, and I quite like to go to bed before like 2 o'clock tonight. We'll see. It happens sometimes. The other night, oh no, it was the other morning. I slept in until like, I don't know, 7:30. Was it 7:30? It might have even been 8 o'clock, and it was like, oh dear, like I'm running late, and I spent all day then catching up with myself. The problem is I wake up at like 6, 6:30, sometimes even earlier than that, and I start work straight away. I pretty much work all day and all night then, doing one thing or another, on the phone to China or whatever. Um, and it's if you take a break or go to bed early, I never get it all done. Well, I will, because I've got some amazing helpers which will help me get it done, but it's not the point. There we go, I'm rambling now. Where's your stickers? Every day's a school day. Yes, every day is a school day. Very good way of putting that. Your stickers, Marcus. Stickers. I don't know. Where are your stickers? Oh dear, I'm laughing now. I'm going to cough. That's not good. Breathe through it. No, we will have loads of stickers at all the events and whatnot. Obviously, we were waiting on our stickers for a little while. There was an issue at the printing press or whatever, and they took a little bit longer than we expected to come. But we got all our stickers and labels, and we got more things on their way. I got one in a box today. Hang on. I'm very confused. Might as well become Ant Ramblings. Have I got no? Yeah. I was just going to say I've got a little collection of stickers that I'm actually building up, Marcus. So if you ever see my cork board at any of the events, right, just have a look on the back of it. So that's where I keep all my stickers. On the front, we put like important information, like I can't remember what we used it for. I think it was the raffle information. No, that was up on the other board. I think we might have actually not used it in the end, but we had it with us at the Bristol event. But on the back of it, I am slowly building quite a decent sticker collection of all the stickers that I am collecting. Believe it or not, that's how you make a collection, by collecting things. Oh my days. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Right, on that note, I am going to call it an evening. So thank you all massively for coming in for another episode of the Picnic Table Chat Show. I do not think we'll be doing one on Sunday. Obviously, we will be in Rotherham, and then we will be driving back from Rotherham, and it's a long way. So I doubt we'll even be back in time. But you're more than welcome to message me over the next week-long period if you have any issues, just want to chat about ants, or just ask about anything, feel free to send us a message on any of the social medias. You know we're on pretty much all of them. And I think that's about it. I think. So yeah, massive thank you everyone for coming in tonight. Massive thank you to our sponsors, Answer Us and Valhalla Martial Arts. Absolutely spectacular guys, both of them. And of course, thank you to our Patreon supporters. But right on that note, I'll see you again soon, Ant fans. Good night.